It seems like we hadn't been here for a while since this last one, so great to see everybody, full house. So with that, I'd like to call to order the March 23rd, 2026 meeting of the Sangamon Mass Transit District to order. Could I have a roll call, please, Stephanie?
As Chairman Brewer.
Here.
Trustee Doss.
Here.
Trustee Sarah.
Here.
Trustee McCarthy. Trustee Dabsco.
Here.
Trustee Douglas.
Here.
Trustee Stratton.
Here. Okay, thank you very much. Let's jump right into it. We have a number of things to accomplish today. First item is the approval of minutes from our regular meeting of January 26th, 2026. Trustees should have had those in their packets previously and hopefully had ample time to review them. So with that, I'll ask for any modifications or discussions regarding those meeting minutes. If not, I'll look for a motion.
I move to approve the regular meetings of January 26, 2026.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Very good approval for those. Thank you. We'll jump into some more communications reports from our different directors. We'll start with Steve, our managing director. As always, passed along a nice report, but commentary today.
Just a few things from the report. The transfer hub up on 9th Street, if you've driven by there lately, you'll see a lot of steel coming out of the ground and buildings starting to take form. So the Amtrak parking garage community square portion is well underway, and we expect probably early summer the walkway that connects us to that to go into place over the rail. So some exciting work going on up there, and a lot of things starting to take shape that you can actually see from the street. Our reconstruction of the East Yard project is awaiting approval from IDOT. We only got one bid on that project, so we're waiting to hear from them whether or not we can go ahead with that or if we need to rebid the project. So as soon as we find out about that, we will let you know. Some exciting training coming soon. We have 3 dates set in April for our frontline staff to get mental health awareness training, how to de-escalate mental health patients, and kind of a growing issue that we've had in our system, especially with problems that we have on our buses. Generally, there's mental health or substance abuse or both involved. So it's overdue training. We've finally been able to work something out with Memorial Behavioral Health, and they're going to be coming on site to do those trainings. And then finally, just kind of to give you a heads up, next time when you come in, this room will be set up differently. There'll be a smaller horseshoe on this end of the room, and we will try to get things a little bit back to the way they used to be, where we're not so spread out from the pandemic. And it'll allow us to use these monitors more often, and allow Tyler to be right by the digital AV system in case anything goes wrong. And it'll be a better setup for us overall. So don't be too shocked when you come in next time and the room's set up differently. That's all I've got.
I was expecting it today, actually. So any follow-up for Steve? Any questions or comments? If not, thanks as always. Appreciate that. A lot of good things going on. Let's move over to finance and administration. Michelle.
Good evening, everybody. Good to see you all again since we had our February break. Tonight, I want to introduce you to our new controller. Tim Winthy, as you know, retired in the fall. This is Melissa Peterson. We were impressed with her private sector experience and accounts payable and receivable, as well as her payroll and tax knowledge, and she's jumping right in. So we're happy to have her on board. So welcome, Melissa. Thank you. We have another Melissa, so I.
At least you sat between them.
Yeah, we're good. And I know that Steve shared this to you all when it happened, but I wanted to just remind everybody that we were awarded $6.7 million in a 5339 competitive award that was based off our 25 application, and that is for the rebuilding of the CNG line station through the CNG station. So that's really exciting that we were able to get that award under the bus and bus facilities program. We have released in the last month or two, we have released an RFQ for tug pointing. You'll see that on the agenda tonight. We also released an RFQ for the bus fact to replace the bus fact system. We closed out NTD report year 25 successfully. We have received a new transit grants and procurement handbook from IDOT. So that was published to us in March, so we are reviewing that. That will affect both operating and capital grants. So we're reviewing that guidance from the state of Illinois. And we have also been reviewing the SMTD cybersecurity policy. So that should be coming to the board. Actually, I'm not sure if that's coming to the board. So, but we are working on that, and we'll keep you updated on that front. We're making some changes for the review. During the last audit, there was some management recommendations. Again, we had no findings in our last audit, but they had some recommendations that we've been looking at for that policy. And that's my financial report.
Excellent. A lot of moving parts.
I know, we missed you guys. I had to make up for, not
Well, we feel it. Anything for Michelle here from anybody? If not, I'll just say, Melissa, anything that you would like to say? We don't have all the big AV ready until next month, but
No, I just know I got some big shoes to fill, and I'm hoping that I'll be successful in doing that.
okay, very good. Well, obviously, we've heard you've had a great start so far. So on behalf of all the trustees, welcome to the team. And
Thank you very much.
yeah, thank you very much for your hard work. All right, let's go ahead and into operations. Melissa, number one.
Yeah, we've been deciding how we're gonna work this. So last January, when we were talking, we had talked about ADA service changes that we were gonna be putting through with scheduling and helping the staff over there plan for next day service to impact on-time performance and make, in general, everybody's trip successful. We've been working on training staff on that, worked with Dave and the Great Lakes ADA Center on making sure we're taking the right path to accomplish that. It's coming along really well. We did postpone the March 1st, mid-March start date to April 1st. So we're expecting April 1st to go forward with that. Part of that process included passenger surveys. We did do those over the phone with passengers as they called, looking to help move them through the adjustment of calling during certain times of the day so we can plan for service. We're seeing a significant number of subscriptions for rides that'll be going out to passengers who ride the same time every day, same hours, day of the week, that kind of thing, so that the system can automatically generate rides. Those folks won't have to call in anymore. So that'll help lessen the impact to a lot of passengers. So we're taking a lot of measures to make sure that we are successful with this. So as well as making changes to our phone system, the IVR system, working with the county on those changes. It's a process, but we're getting there. So April 1st is the date we're shooting for, where we'll start seeing that implemented. We also had going to be starting service planning meetings, most likely next month. Once we get through this, we have a couple of little projects we're doing internally. Get through those into next month, we'll start looking at service plan changes for routes. Tyler and us will sit down with Mel and everybody and talk about route updates. Throughout a run bid, a season, we get requests from the general public for a stop here or a slight change to a route to pick up at a facility. So we review all of those and look for changes at that time. One of the main things we're going to be looking at, maybe not for June or August, depending on the significance of the changes, is some more night service changes. Those may not be seen until January, depending on staff hiring we may have to do to cover. If it's additional routes, it would definitely require additional staff, which I have to talk to. But we got some plans, so we're working on the plans. I don't want to say anything yet. It's kind of a surprise. We got stuff going on.
As long as it's a good surprise.
I'm hoping so.
Okay. Just as much going on in operations, so thanks to you and everybody there. But any follow-up for Melissa on any of those items? There's a lot going on. Okay. All right, that'll take care of some communications. We'll go ahead and jump into the reports section if we could. First item up is the approval of the December 2025 and January 26 financial statements and cash disbursements. Those are also included in your packets, so 2 months worth. But if there's any follow-up or any changes, modifications, discuss them at this time. If not, I'll look for a motion.
I make a motion to approve the December 2025 and January 2026 financial statements and cash disbursements.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed here? All right, committee reports. I know there's a lot going on, but we'll run through these real quick. Finance Committee, anything there?
We did meet a couple weeks ago just to go over it. Sure. What's going on?
It's a good meeting, a lot of information.
Okay, very good. Well, appreciate that. Thanks for the update. Operations Committee, anything there?
I do not have anything.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. Administration, any updates from that committee?
Not at this time, no.
Okay, and IT Steering.
I missed the last meeting, but I don't know if,
I wasn't able to make it either.
okay.
Okay,
I followed up with our IT staff and they felt like it was a productive meeting.
okay. We have a lot going on with the county as well too, so yeah, I know there's a lot happening behind the scenes, so thank you very much. Let's go ahead and we'll move along to the Planning Commission report. Jason isn't here, but we have some stand-ins.
Yes, I'm Scott Boyce. I'll be filling in for Jason today. And I'd also like to introduce Graham Gunn. He is our newest transportation planner. So we'll probably be seeing him a lot more in the future.
Okay,
We'd like to thank all the bus operators and administrators who filled out our survey for our safety action plan. We have read through all the responses and got a lot of really valuable information out of it. And we are currently working on the report, and that should be released to SMTD and our planning partners in the coming weeks. That's all I got.
okay, short list this time. Huh? Any follow-up here? I know we appreciate the partnership. There's a number of things going on, but we appreciate your continuing efforts. And thanks, guys, for coming over. Okay. Last item on the reports, but definitely not least, is our ADA Advisory Committee report. David, how are you?
Doing okay. We we had kind of a chaotic meeting in January because I had just gotten out of the hospital from emergency surgery. Spent 2 weeks in the hospital starting Christmas Eve. So anyway, that's all starting to improve. But I think the biggest thing right now, well, Melissa stole my thunder. But at our meeting on Thursday, I think probably the bulk of the meeting was spent discussing the reservation time changes. And I was really impressed with the changes that it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, even for me. I'm one of the guilty parties that I'll have a therapy appointment Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on Tuesday night, I'm like, I haven't scheduled my ride yet. And so I can't do that anymore, doggone it. But no, I think as soon as everybody gets used to the different time restrictions, I do like I think you're able to schedule a ride now several days in advance now, not just 3.
Yes.
Is that correct?
We've extended that window for scheduling rides.
That's awesome.
I think we decided on 7.
Yeah, I think that's right. I remember years ago, Access used to allow scheduling up to 2 weeks in advance. And things, I think, got really ridiculous. And that's how we ended up with the 3-day advance notice.
The 3 days was actually a recommendation from FTA.
Oh, wow.
One triennial review period, we had, they reviewed our no-shows.
Okay.
The number of no-shows were significantly high.
Yep.
So they recommended we fall back to a 3-day from a 2-week scheduling period.
Yeah.
To impact that, because folks may schedule rides a couple weeks out, forgot they scheduled them, and then just not be there when we go to get them.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a recommendation from FTA.
Okay.
So there's no rule saying we can't be 2 weeks out.
Right.
We're going to stretch it back out to 7 and see
Yeah.
how it goes.
But I think that was the biggest thing. And we're always looking for new blood on the committee. And we have somebody who she's attended a couple of the meetings in the past 3 or 4 months. And I think we're looking to make her an official committee member. We're going to probably start that process at our next meeting. And she will likely attend future board meeting to be approved.
What's her name, David?
Her name is Lorraine Waterbury.
Okay. Good. I'll look forward to meeting her.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Anything for David? Any follow-up here? If not, we're glad you're back.
Yeah,
I wondered where you were, so.
glad to be back.
Okay. Thanks very much in the committee's work. Appreciate that partnership. Okay, that'll conclude reports. We have a number of items under new business, so let's go ahead and get into those. First item up is our amended FY 2026 corporate operating and capital budget.
Yes.
Michelle?
Annually, we look at the current budget after the first 6 months of actuals have come in to see how we're progressing on any budget variances. So this year, we decided to move some monies around. We didn't change the final number. We just moved around internally. We made allowance for some liability claims that we've had to address this year. And as well as utilities, we've adjusted that slightly. And but you'll see the variances in red in your board packet of where I moved monies from.
Okay. Seems pretty straightforward. Like you said, the net effect was 0, so it's just some line item changes. But any questions or comments, Michelle, on this? If not, I'll look for a motion, please.
I make a motion to amend the FY 2026 corporate operating and capital budget.
Second?
Okay, first and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed to this? Very good. Thank you very much. Next item is the fiscal year 27 DOPE application, or downstate operating.
Yes, so this is our annual application for fiscal year 27 starting July 1st. There are a few changes in this year's application, one being the split. So we typically have a 35-65% split, where IDOT providing 65% of our operating assistance, and the current legislation stands right now at 80%. So they're paying more money next year towards operating, which is a nice adjustment. So that is a big change, as well as our apportionment level has changed. They moved us from 27 million to 25 million. You'll see that in the application. They had a few forms that were new. One in particular, the easiest way to describe it is a risk assessment. So that's also in the application that's further down in the documents, but we had to answer about 5 pages worth of questions. It's nothing brand new. Like, I've filled out similar questionnaires over the years. But what was new about this one is that when I filled it out, it populated a score. And so it showed if we were a high risk, medium risk, or low risk grantee. And so we currently in the application are considered low risk. IDOT has the authority to review that though and make changes. They can move us to medium risk if they foresee that. So that's something that's new to the application this year. We do have debt service still involved. We use debt service to use operating money for capital purchases. We have used it in the past, most recently for the self-storage facility. What we have planned for fiscal year 27 is the item 5 replacements. So the item 5s are through Clever. They're the CAD AVL core. I don't know. It's got a brain. So we have been wanting to replace them. The item 4s are going end of life. So we're moving. As new buses have come in, we've replaced those. And so we're replacing ones. We have about 33 that we'll need to replace. We're going to use this debt service. So we have a line of credit in place. That's been in place. I put that before the board last March because it is a 2-year line of credit. So that one's still in place. So we're going to still use that. We have learned in that new IDOT handbook that I think I will have to come back to the board for a resolution when we actually go to use debt service for the item 5s. Some of the changes I think that's going to be applicable. So you'll see that. the next month or next few months. Most of the other stuff I feel like is pretty standard. I mean, we have a nice updated area map and description. You'll see that. And there we have our new route books in there. So anyway, but those are all internal documents that we have updated over the last year. And yeah, so my methodology is I apply for the full apportionment. So you'll see in the project budget that I match all areas to that 25 million. So we apply for the full apportionment every year.
We should clarify when she said that we received a smaller apportionment. Agencies that didn't use their full apportionment in previous years, IDOT went through and made some of those changes to adjust. Not necessarily thrilled with that, but we don't use that full appropriation anyway, so it doesn't really have a financial impact on us right now. Later, as the budget grows and we get more of a state match, that difference will tighten up to where we do get close to using that full appropriation. And IDOT has already made the statement that if that happens, they'll reevaluate what your appropriation is in the money. So it's a little bit weird how they've done all of that lately. But again, the net effect of it on us is minimal.
Okay. I think the verbiage associated with some of the descriptions, is we're going from 65 to 80, but it seemed like we were getting less. Is what it was, right. The commentary was.
Yeah, it was kind of like two different things converging. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, so appreciate the added detail, but well, this is pretty important because that's our primary source of funding. So I'm not sure if anybody has any additional questions. There's a lot wrapped up into that. So.
And as you'll see, there is a resolution, which is standard requirement for the DOPE approval. So you'll see that in your board packets. We used to present the opinion of council, but now we address that once the draft agreement comes back to us, and that's when the opinion of council will sign off on that.
Okay. Any additional commentary from anybody?
I just have, so the resolution stipulates the managing director's ability to execute contract document. And the motion is authorizing staff. So does that make any difference? I mean.
So I upload it into the system, but the signature page, which is in the packet, Steve signs that actual signature page. But I typically am the one who uploads it. And then I can't remember who has the actual submit button, who hits that, but yeah, it's both of us really, yeah.
It's worded that way to cover us.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that
all
we
right,
can
okay, yeah,
not have to do anything special.
okay.
It's always in the details. Okay, anything else here? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion.
Make a motion to approve the resolution 2026-06 authorizing staff to submit the FY 2027 Downstate Operating Assistance Program application.
Okay.
Second.
All right, we have a first and second. We'll need a roll call vote on this, please, Stephanie.
Trustee Doss,
Yes.
trustee Zara,
Yes.
trustee Dabsco,
Yes.
trustee Douglas,
Yes.
trustee Stratton.
Yes.
Okay, very good approval. Thank you very much. Next item up is the declaration of certain equipment surplus. We have a bunch of old shelters.
We do. We have a handful of shelters. You can see them out near the auto body repair workshop. Buildings and Grounds over the last few years has made a very conscious effort to rebuild and repair and restore a lot of our shelters, repaint them. But these particular shelters are not reusable. They're older, so we can't order parts for them. So they're out of their useful life, and so we're surplusing them. Hopefully, we'll put them on iBid, but we anticipate scrapping them. So.
I was impressed that they're from the 90s and we got that much use out of them. All the troops back there, well done.
Structure of a lot of them is fine, but the canopy, just
The skin and all
is
this.
not something that lasts long enough for us to keep.
Okay, pretty straightforward. We go through this from time to time, so unless I hear any questions or comments, I'll look for a motion here.
I'll make a motion to procure equipment declared surplus for final disposition.
Second.
Okay, first and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed here? Very good, do what you will. All right, next item up is exterior updates of the administration and the maintenance buildings. Hadley, it's your turn.
Yes.
So this is just for some routine maintenance on the outside of the building. Masonry work is looking at removing and replacing the crumbling mortar or the cracked mortar, removing and replacing the ceiling around all of the windows just to further waterproof those, and then a fresh coat of paint on the entire building, excluding the metal siding. We had 2 bids come in, with Pulliam Masonry being the low quote at $72,585, and funding is set aside in a federal grant for this.
Okay. All right, folks, any questions here? I guess I would just ask before any of the trustees, just 2. I would think that a project like that, we would get a little bit more of a better response. Was there some certain things in there that didn't?
From what the construction type projects lately,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of demand right now in the area.
Okay.
So, and there's only a handful of folks who do it. So they're already booked.
All right, very good. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Anything else regarding this one? I know it needs to be done, so with that, I'll go ahead and I'll call for a motion.
I'll make a motion to authorize the managing director to execute the agreement with Pulliam Masonry for exterior updates to the administrative and maintenance.
Second.
Okay, we have first and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed to this? We'll move forward with that with approval. Thank you very much. Next item up is we need some maintenance to the CNG station.
Yes, so again, some routine maintenance. The 2 compressors in the CNG station, every 8,000 hours of runtime, they need to be rebuilt just to make sure everything's running efficiently. And we're at that hour mark. So JW Power was the low quote on this one at $49,900. And I will make a note on this, the sample contract in the board packet, page 111, had an error on it. It had Pulliam Masonry information on it instead of JW Power information. So that's printed out and was at your by your tablets.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification. Any discussion here? Based in 2030, huh? Guarantee
this
less
will-
than 8,000
This
hours?
will get us to that.
Good here, folks. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to authorize the managing director to execute the agreement with JW Power Company for the CNG compressor rebuild.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and second on this. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Very good. Approval to move forward with that one. Next item up is a bus needs an engine replacement.
Yes.
Okay.
So a rod broke through the block. That's what the technician told me. And it's classified as a catastrophic engine failure, meaning you can't rebuild that. So it does need to be replaced. The parts counter got several quotes for us on this one, with Truck Centers being the low quote at $52,175.
Okay. We know it needs an engine, right?
We can't
Gotta
get
keep 'em running.
Flintstone.
This is not something that Spencer has seen in his time here.
I say I've never heard
It's
that
a
one.
combination of that. It's a really unusual thing to happen, but also the cost of parts and the cost of things in general has boosted this just over our spending authority. So we have to come to the board.
Okay. Usually the guys are making parts, aren't they? It's amazing.
You
what-
got a big hole in the side of the motor, not much being plugged that way.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
told
they
duct
would
tape
try.
won't cut it.
I see it as a challenge.
Any questions, operations? Good. Okay. All right then. Now hearing nothing further, we'll look for a motion here.
I make a motion to authorize the managing director to execute the agreement with Truck Centers for new CNG engine.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Very good. Approval to move forward with that. And do you ever think you'd have this much variety? Compressed natural gas
Michelle and I
engines?
talk about this often, how many just random little tidbits you pick up.
Great stuff, guys. You guys are doing wonderful. Yeah. All right. Second and last item is Curve Your Car Week. Steve?
Something we've been doing for quite a while. I don't even remember what year this is. We've been doing it for so long. So the details for this year are May 10th through May 16th is the Curb Your Car Week. That week, we offer free rides to anyone riding their bike. And then on Tuesday, we offer free rides to anyone riding a bus. So we're asking for the board's approval to do that again this year.
Okay. Any discussion on this? Charlie, I know this is near and dear to your heart. Any commentary?
No, I think it's great. The Regional Planning Commission's been doing that for a long time, and they do a fantastic job.
Anything you guys would like to add, or?
Oh, we appreciate your support.
All right, sounds very positive, so I'll look for a motion.
I move to accept the staff's recommendation for continuation of the bike ride free during 2026 Curb Your Car Week, June 10th through the 16th. Authorize the staff to set the free ride day to the fixed route passenger during that week.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed to this? Hope not. Approval, very good. We'll look forward to that. And the last item that we have is our Board of Trustees. We have from time to time officers' elections that come up. So it's that time of year again. So Steve, you want to go ahead and give us a quick overview? And
Sure, this is something that's required by our bylaws every 2 years in March. I think the bylaws actually specified a month. So that's why it's before us. We discovered we were late last time. So it's not been a full 2 years, but we're back on track with this meeting. So pretty straightforward.
sounds pretty straightforward, but it's usually not. So anyway, I think the most important thing here is that we have a slate of candidates that are put into positions. And I think really it's the most important thing is status quo, unless anybody else has any suggestions or not, but everything's in front of you there.
Looks good.
That's good to me.
Sure. Okay, everybody's still where they need to be. Okay. Well, again, I'll just say to everybody, all the trustees, thanks very much for your time and effort. You guys put out a lot of time and effort and energy to help out our staff. So with that, I will look for a motion for the slate of officers as presented, I guess. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to elect the following two new 2-year terms in their respective positions as follows. Can I do that since I'm on there?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Motion myself. Chairperson Brian Brewer, Vice Chairperson Sue Dapsco, Secretary Leslie McCarthy, Treasurer Karen Husera.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Very good. So thank everybody in advance there. And Sue, you can only blame yourself now.
And I did talk to Leslie. She is in agreement to do this. We're not just throwing her in there.
See what happens when you miss. Okay, very good. Well, that is new business. There was a number of items there, but great work and we got through it. A lot of good things. I will open it up for public comments now. I know we have
I
some.
wasn't
public-
gonna say anything, but
Why not?
I didn't really have nothing to say, but I had a couple things. How's the ridership doing? It seems like the buses seem busier. She used the
Take that
updates
one,
and
or-
I didn't hear anything, so. I thought-
Yeah, the February ridership was up significantly from February of 25. We're up almost 7,800 rides in the month
Well, I
of
noticed it
February.
just in the last couple of days. that I
Well,
noticed
and
there's
it
a
very
lot more
well-
people waiting for buses. And
Very well
I
could
predict
be.
there's gonna be
Yeah.
big ridership increase.
We saw a dip coming from November into December. I think it was, Steve noticed a slight dip. We're coming back up from November or it was October, wasn't it? October and November, I
Are we
think.
above COVID numbers yet?
No, we're hanging in there. This, for the month of February, where we saw a significant increase from 2025, we're still 1.42% below COVID. We're
We're still
getting
doing
there.
good. We're
It's
still
like
doing
we're
better on a lot of
right there. We
Edge.
can't tumble over the edge yet.
The other is, how often they're gonna update the books for the schedules and stuff?
The schedules, we
You
just,
did one in August.
we ordered new books of the last schedule, the one in August,
Mhm.
to keep those out there. We're gonna have a whole new book come in January with
Okay.
the expected service changes
Okay.
and potential
I was
night
just
service
curious.
changes.
I was
Yep.
just curious. The other one is a concern that I don't know, no one's ever brought it up, but I noticed if a person is deaf and they can't hear the announcements, but with these bus wraps, they can't see where they're going. So I'm wondering is, and a lot of the agencies do this, but I'm wondering if it's in violation of ADA.
The bus wraps.
The bus wraps where they cover the windows. I don't mind a bus wrap, but they cover the windows. So the person is deaf, they wouldn't be able to know where they're going.
You mean from inside the bus?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see through that.
it's hard. It's hard.
They're
It really
meant
is.
to be
It's a blur.
transparent.
It really is. I was just curious. That's just one thing I've been meaning
there-
to bring up for a long time.
Has there been any complaints of that nature?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because that's one thing I've noticed when I ride the bus. You just cannot see out except in the very front window. And if someone is deaf, they can't hear the announcements. I know they can see the reading, but you're trying to look where you're going. So that's just the thing.
Well, appreciate
That's
the comments.
basically it. That's all the things I have to say.
No, thanks very much. We always appreciate the feedback.
Why, you can follow up. Okay.
All agencies do it from trains to the buses. So I'm just curious.
Any additional public comments? Anything out there, Tyler, from internet, Facebook? Okay. Anything from any of the trustees? Any additional items?
I would just put out there, I didn't mention it in my report. Thank you to Friends of Transit for sponsoring our Driver Appreciation Day again this week. They provided whole snack bags full of stuff for all the drivers, 200 of those,
Oh my
and
God.
presented them to us.
Who is it? Who is it?
It's Jane and
Jane.
Stephen Simpson Black.
Usually. Yeah.
So Friends of Transit. So big thank you to them. They were appreciated.
I saw that on Facebook, it was really nice, it was well received.
Yeah, very nice. Anything else? For the good of
I'd
the
like to
group?
once again thank the excellent staff and the excellent work you guys do to keep on top of all this stuff. It's amazing.
It is.
I sing your praises all the time.
Okay. Well, on
And
that,
the board meetings are too. I mean, really becoming. So get all this information.
Yeah.
Most we've all-
I did catch that on page 111. Okay. Well, on that note.
Yeah, make sure everybody's reading it. Paying attention.
Ended on a positive note. So, all right, folks. Well, another great meeting, a lot of great things happening with the district. On behalf of the trustees, we'll thank you. But with that, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
First and second. All those in favor? Nobody opposed. Very good. Very efficient, guys. Thanks very much for participation. It was great to see everybody, and
One second here.
let's keep that sunshine going, okay? Thanks very much.
So you're not near as chatty as Jason. I'm gonna have to tell him.